Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today we've got Deep Purple and a famous performance of Burn from 1974. Many of you who've been following my channel for a while will know that I often mention a guy called Glenn Hughes, who's one of my favourite singers. He happens to be in this performance, and Deep Purple was the band that really established him in the music industry. Now, there's two singers in Deep Purple, featured in Deep Purple at this time. David Coverdale is the lead singer. Glenn Hughes is the backing singer, the bass player and the backing singer. So we've got two very different types of singers here. We're going to contrast them a little bit and talk about their strengths and weaknesses and why they complemented each other so well. If you didn't realise, guys, I'm a vocal coach. I teach singing lessons online. I have another channel called Becoming a Natural Singer. And I also have a book with the same title available to buy on Amazon. Listen, check out the links in the description. Right, outside of that, guys, let's press play. Check this out. It's an old video, but the quality is actually pretty good. And this is actually a legendary performance from 1974. This is an iconic performance, shall we say. It's one of those shows that people talk about even today as one of a kind of a milestone in rock history, shall we say. And Burn is obviously a very famous song that many of you will know if you're familiar with Deep Purple. Let's go! Oh, now Richie Blackmore is the guitar player, or was one of the guitar players in Deep Purple. Very famous guitar player. There's been a lineage of great musicians in this group, and there's been different. It's called Deep Purple Mark II, Mark III, Mark IV, Mark V, even maybe. It's been different variations of this group with different people, and a lot of them have gone on to have successful careers in other bands. Anyway, that gives you some background. And John Lord was on keys. And Ian Page, or Pace, forgive me, I'm not actually sure what the drummer's name is there. Let's burn. Now, if you've read, I'm sorry to keep going on, but if you've read, the song will dive in very, very quickly. I've read Glenn Hughes' biography and he talks about this show, and my memory is he talks about being high on a lot of cocaine at the time. So he's charged up to the max, apparently. You don't really notice in this performance, but that was part of the other part of the backstory that I remembered when I was watching this. Let's go. Nice. Now this is David Coverdale featuring through these verses. And that's Glenn Hughes. David Coverdale, you will hear this kind of growl, this this kind of quality in his voice a lot. And that isn't necessarily something that he's choosing to do. It's kind of locked into his sound. It's a kind of quirk of how he sings. And you'll notice that Glenn Hughes typically has, unless he's adding some, there's a very clean sound to his voice. And this is one of the reasons why they complement each other so well. Or they complemented each other so well, should we say, a few years ago. Yeah, very, very dark voice as well, David Coverdale. Now you can't even see Glenn's face, his hair's covered up, which makes me laugh. Now you hear that. So what's the contrast here? Yeah, there's a certain crystal clear quality to Glenn Hughes' voice that comes from tension-free singing, that comes from the efficient use of the voice. Now, I'm not criticizing David Coverdale. This is 1974, many, many years ago. It just so happened that when Glenn learnt to use his voice, he learnt to use it without any tension. Now, the compromise you make with that, and there is compromise, it's not just, great tension-free singing and something else. It's, you do make some compromises. You lose some of that kind of gritty, more human quality sometimes to the sound that a singer like David Coverdale had. There's a certain charm, I guess you'd say, to having some tension in your voice, to having some kind of, some extra energy in there. There can be a certain amount of sterility in tension-free singing, but there can also be this kind of just lyrical, flexible quality to it, and this piercing kind of cleanliness that's just undeniable. So there are trade-offs, and there are bonuses and downsides to having one or the other. Just check out the end of this bridge, though. It's crazy. Let's rewind that. Absolutely fearless. Here we go. Yeah. Now that is absolutely wild and absolutely fearless. Mind-boggling. And this is 1974. I want you to remind you that it's 1974, yeah? There's no YouTube, so go figure this stuff out. There's no, there's no kind of voice teachers like your Brett Mannings and your Seth Riggs out there to help you to get this together. This guy managed to get it together just on his own, sat in his bedroom. It's impressive stuff. Now, Deep Purple, they weren't just a showcase for singers. As we were saying before, Ritchie Blackmore is a very well-known guitar player. And back in these days, we had guitar solos front and center in a lot of music. Less so nowadays. Can't remember the last kind of popular music with that featured guitar solos. Yeah, it's a lovely build up here. He doesn't even look at his guitar when he's playing. Man. This drummer is awesome as well. Some fast timing in this song. Very hard. Yeah. And here we go again. Love it. I'm not sure if we've got another verse actually after this. So David Coverdale, I think, went on to form a band called White Snake, who were very successful for many years and still are, I think. And Glenn Hughes has done various solo projects after he recovered from his drug problems. Both of them still sing well. Scary thing about Glenn is he sings nearly at this standard, and I think he's in his mid to late 60s now. He still sounds as crystal clear. Shows you the longevity of tension-free singing is freaky. Don't knock over the organ, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Now this is one of my, in terms of singers that complement each other, this was really a special match if you ask me. Look at that crowd, man. I tell you what, this type of thing just doesn't exist anymore. These guys, this industry, the way the music industry was back then, these types of groups, just insane. I think that Deep Purple was known for a time as the biggest band in the world. They used to have a private jet, I believe, that would take them around the world touring. They were very famous, I think in Japan and East Asia, and obviously in America and in Europe, various places. And I mean, these guys were just like living the dream, should we say. The kind of myth of rock that doesn't really exist anymore. It's much more, of a streamlined, organised business. People are kind of more straight-laced nowadays. The business has matured, shall we say. But yeah, there we go. We've got Coverdale, gritty, human, down to earth. What's the other word I used? Charming. There we go. There's a charm. There's a charm to this type of singing. And we've got the inhuman kind of ethereal skills of Glenn Hughes there. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. And as always, if you've got any other ideas for reactions, hit me up. Chuck them down there as well. If you've liked this video, guys, do hit the thumbs up. If you've loved it, hit the subscribe. Have a great day, guys. Whatever you're doing, I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye.